listening to Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM.
I was visiting a buddy of mine who's a lawyer. It's funny, I actually went to go watch him in action, and it ended up being, I swear to God, not only the same courthouse, I believe the same room where I had my drinking and driving case like 20 years earlier. Like, I literally walked in there, my heart started racing. I just pled guilty when I was there. I ever tell you guys that story? I got pulled over, and it was brutal. I blew like a 1.9. It was the 80s. I went big. So basically, I went in there, and I was just going to plead guilty. So I was just going to show up there with nobody. My dad was going, "You need counsel. You need some counsel." So he ends up hooking me up with one of his patients he was actually a tax attorney for a drinking and driving case. And this is how he knew my dad was. He basically, the lawyer had gotten drunk at a barbecue, fell down some stairs and knocked his teeth out. That's how he met my dad. So I'm sitting there scared to death, not knowing what's going to go on. And I say to my tax attorney for my drunk driving case, I go, "I'm not going to take the stand, am I?" He goes, No, don't worry, I'll handle this. And I go, right off the bat, "Mr. Burr, will you take the stand, please?" And then immediately, my stupid attorney starts acting like he's shuffling papers and stuff.
Oh, no.
And I just remember being up on the stand, and I'm just sitting there going, the guy's going, "So you agree under the penal code 76950, blah, blah, blah." And I was literally going, "Look, all I'm saying is that I was drinking and driving." And the guy goes, "So you agree under the penal code?" And I'm looking over at my lawyer. He's pretending to write.
Isn't he supposed to be helping you?
Dude, he was such a tool. Like, he literally was, we were walking into the courthouse, like, as we were walking in, he was reading my police report, which was hilarious, but tragedy plus time.
Yeah.
The time hadn't happened yet. He's like, "Hey, like, you remember saying this?" Like, I swear to God, laughing at the police report. And I'm like, dude, this really isn't that funny to me right now. First of all, he'd been chasing me for like 3 miles. I had no idea. And he goes, "So where you coming from?" And I go, "Me, effing Boston."
Oh, no,
you're cursed to give yourself time to collect your thoughts. That's what I was doing. And he literally goes, "Effing Boston, huh? You want to get out of the car?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Dude, I was so psyched that I didn't have to think anymore, that's how drunk I was, that I didn't have to keep driving. I was like relieved when I got pulled over. So now, according to him, I don't remember this part because I just remember being in the car and then standing behind it. But according to him, I got out of my car and I had a beer between my legs that fell into the road.
Oh, that's a bad sign, too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't need a lawyer, dude. It was just open and shut. And I just remember, next thing I remember was I was standing in the back of my truck and they were doing that stand on one leg, put your finger
Why
on
do
your
they
nose.
bother to do that at that point? You're just so gone anyway.
Because some people still get out of it in that situation. I have no idea. But literally, I was fine right until I brought my finger up to about 12 o'clock. And then all the way down to 6, it felt like somebody else's hand. I literally just whacked myself. So then he just did some sort of BS thing. "All right, you want to turn around, stick your arms out." And it was just a great way to get me off balance so he could cuff me.
Cuff you, yeah.
And then I said all this dumb stuff in the car, like, "I'm not mad at you. You're just doing your job."
I understand. You were the understanding guy.
Oh, no, yeah, it was brutal.
You were the opposite of the, "I'm fine, man. No, get off of me. Get off of me."
No, I started off, I was a little bad. I'm like, "What about my truck? What about my truck?" Screaming.
I'd be like, "You're lucky it's in one piece and you're alive, dummy."
Oh, yeah. No, I was just a complete moron. And then basically, it wasn't until I got to the Hall of Justice there that I realized what was going on. So we went to go take the breathalyzer. My only strategy was when I went to blow into it, I wouldn't blow into it. I would just puff out my cheeks. Dude, and they knew I just wanted to pass out. They're like, "Come, we're going to keep you in here until you blow into it." And I was just like, "Oh, I'm so tired." And I just...
You got
me. The needle was just redlined it.
It tacked out, yeah.
Oh, and they sit there and they read your police report in front of this room of people who like mugged people and all this type of everybody's all mixed in, and I'm standing there. And we asked the defendant where he was coming from, and he repeatedly stated effing Boston. Right? And literally the judge sort of looks up and glances over at you, and you're sitting there, "Hey, how are you?"
That's me.
That would be me.
Sirius XM, the Virus. You're listening to Anthony